Welcome to Course 3, Module 3, Chapter 6, where we focus on dispute resolution in circular economy projects. In this chapter, we will examine why disputes are a natural part of collaborative sustainability initiatives and how they can be managed constructively. Circular economy projects often bring together diverse stakeholders, businesses, governments, communities, and consumers, each with their own interests and expectations. This diversity is a strength, but it also means that misunderstandings and conflicts are likely to arise. Rather than seeing disputes as obstacles, we will explore how they can become opportunities for collaboration, innovation, and growth. Effective dispute resolution is essential for project success, helping to prevent delays, reduce costs, and build lasting partnerships. Throughout this chapter, we will discuss practical strategies for identifying potential conflicts early, resolving disagreements through mediation, collaborative problem solving, and arbitration, and fostering trust through transparency and flexibility. By the end, you will understand how to turn conflict into a catalyst for positive change and long-term cooperation in circular economy projects. In this chapter, we will explore the essential aspects of dispute resolution in circular economy projects. We begin with an overview of why dispute resolution is so important in these projects, setting the stage for understanding the challenges and opportunities that arise. Next, we will look at the circular economy framework and highlight key features that are especially relevant when it comes to managing and resolving disputes. We will then examine the most common sources of conflict in circular economy projects, drawing on real-world scenarios to illustrate how and why these disputes emerge. Early identification and prevention of conflicts is crucial, so we will discuss practical strategies for mapping stakeholder interests, conducting risk assessments, and setting up clear communication protocols. We will also cover the main techniques used to resolve disputes, such as mediation, collaborative problem solving, and arbitration, with examples from actual projects. Finally, we will focus on building trust and fostering long-term collaboration among stakeholders, which is vital for the ongoing success of circular economy initiatives. Overview and significance of dispute resolution in circular economy projects. Disputes are a natural part of any large-scale project, especially in the context of the circular economy where multiple stakeholders with diverse interests come together. These conflicts often arise due to differences in expectations, priorities, and values among businesses, governments, communities, and other actors. If not managed efficiently, disputes can lead to project delays, increased costs, reduced productivity, and even damage to important relationships. However, it's important to recognize that conflict is not necessarily a sign of failure. Instead, it can be an opportunity to address underlying issues, improve collaboration, and strengthen agreements. Effective dispute resolution is critical for project success, as it helps transform conflicts into opportunities for growth and innovation. By focusing on open communication, mutual understanding, and fair processes, stakeholders can create agreements that foster long-term trust and collaboration. This approach not only resolves immediate issues but also lays the foundation for sustainable partnerships that can adapt and thrive over time in the evolving landscape of the circular economy. Conflicts in circular economy projects are almost inevitable due to the involvement of diverse stakeholders, each with their own interests and expectations. Rather than viewing these disputes as setbacks, it is essential to see them as opportunities for positive change. When managed effectively, conflicts can spark new ideas, encourage creative problem solving, and lead to stronger, more resilient partnerships. Dispute resolution is not just about settling disagreements, it's about finding ways to turn challenges into collaborative solutions that benefit everyone involved. By addressing the root causes of conflict and encouraging open dialogue, stakeholders can build trust and develop agreements that support long-term project success. This process helps ensure that all voices are heard and that solutions are tailored to the unique needs of the project and its participants. Ultimately, transforming conflicts into opportunities for collaboration leads to more innovative outcomes and helps establish a culture of mutual respect and ongoing cooperation in circular economy initiatives. To achieve lasting success in circular economy projects, it is crucial to move beyond simply resolving disputes and focus on building a foundation of trust and collaboration. This starts with recognizing that conflicts are a normal part of complex projects and preparing to address them proactively. One key strategy is to create clear, fair agreements that outline how stakeholders will work together and resolve any issues that arise. These agreements should be flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances and should emphasize transparency, regular communication, and shared decision-making. By fostering an environment where stakeholders feel respected and informed, projects can avoid misunderstandings and prevent small issues from escalating into major disputes. Additionally, involving all relevant parties in the development of agreements helps ensure that everyone's interests are considered, which strengthens commitment and trust. Over time, these practices lead to more resilient partnerships and a greater capacity to navigate the challenges and opportunities of the circular economy together. Circular economy framework and key features relevant to dispute resolution. Circular economy projects bring together a wide range of stakeholders, including businesses, governments, consumers, and local communities. Each group comes with its own set of interests, goals, and concerns, which can sometimes lead to conflicting priorities. For example, a business may focus on profitability, while a local community might prioritize environmental protection or social benefits. These differences can result in misunderstandings or disagreements if not managed carefully. When stakeholder interests are not aligned, disputes can arise, potentially causing project delays, increased costs, and even damaging important relationships. It is essential to recognize these challenges early and address them through open communication and inclusive decision-making. By understanding the diverse perspectives involved and working to find common ground, projects can minimize the negative impacts of conflict and create solutions that benefit all parties. This approach not only helps resolve immediate issues but also builds a stronger foundation for ongoing collaboration and success in circular economy initiatives. Successful circular economy projects depend on effective collaboration among a variety of stakeholders, such as manufacturers, recyclers, policymakers, and community representatives. Each participant brings unique perspectives and expertise, which are essential for developing holistic and sustainable solutions. However, coordinating these diverse viewpoints can be challenging, especially when stakeholders have different priorities or levels of influence. Building strong partnerships requires ongoing communication, mutual respect, and a willingness to compromise. By fostering an environment where all voices are heard and valued, projects can tap into a broader range of ideas and resources, leading to more innovative and effective outcomes. Collaboration also helps build trust among stakeholders, making it easier to address conflicts when they arise and to adapt to changing circumstances. Ultimately, the ability to work together across different sectors and interests is a key factor in the long-term success of circular economy projects, enabling them to achieve their sustainability goals and create lasting value for all involved. Circular economy projects often span many years or even decades, requiring stakeholders to maintain their commitment and adapt to changing circumstances over time. This long-term vision is essential for achieving meaningful sustainability outcomes, but it also introduces unique challenges. As projects progress, stakeholder interests and relationships may evolve, leading to new opportunities as well as potential sources of conflict. Managing these changes effectively requires ongoing communication, flexibility, and a willingness to revisit and adjust agreements as needed. It is important to anticipate that priorities may shift, new stakeholders may become involved, and external factors such as market conditions or regulations may change. By building strong, adaptable partnerships from the outset, projects can better navigate these complexities and maintain momentum toward their goals. Regular check-ins, transparent decision-making, and mechanisms for addressing emerging issues help ensure that all stakeholders remain engaged and that the project continues to move forward, even as circumstances evolve. Innovation is a driving force in circular economy projects, often involving the introduction of new technologies, business models, or processes. While these changes can lead to significant improvements in sustainability and efficiency, they can also disrupt established practices and create uncertainty among stakeholders. Some participants may be hesitant to adopt new approaches, fearing potential risks or loss of control. Flexibility is therefore essential for managing these transitions and ensuring that all stakeholders feel comfortable and supported throughout the process. By encouraging open dialogue and providing opportunities for feedback, projects can address concerns and build consensus around innovative solutions. It is also important to recognize and respect the different levels of readiness and capacity among stakeholders, offering training or support where needed. Embracing flexibility allows projects to adapt to unexpected challenges and seize new opportunities as they arise, ultimately leading to more resilient and successful outcomes in the circular economy. Common sources of disputes in circular economy projects. In circular economy projects, it is common for multiple organizations to collaborate on developing new systems or technologies, such as closed-loop recycling for plastics. However, these collaborations can lead to disputes, especially when it comes to intellectual property, IP, rights. Some companies may have invested heavily in proprietary recycling methods and want to protect their innovations, while others believe that making technology open and accessible will encourage wider adoption and benefit the entire industry. These conflicting business models can create tension and slow down project progress if not addressed early. It is important for stakeholders to discuss and agree on how IP will be managed, ensuring that everyone's contributions are recognized and that the project's goals are not compromised. By finding a balance between protecting individual interests and promoting collective benefits, projects can avoid unnecessary disputes and foster a spirit of cooperation that supports long-term success in the circular economy. Implementing circular economy projects across different regions often brings cultural and regulatory challenges. For example, a project aiming to introduce urban composting may face resistance from local communities who are unfamiliar with the concept or concerned about changes to their waste management routines. Additionally, existing regulations and infrastructure, such as reliance on landfill disposal, can conflict with new sustainability goals. Local authorities may be hesitant to adopt new technologies due to concerns about compliance, costs, or potential disruptions. These differences can lead to misunderstandings and slow down project implementation. To overcome these challenges, it is essential to engage with local stakeholders early, understand their perspectives, and work together to find solutions that respect both cultural norms and regulatory requirements. Building trust through transparent communication and demonstrating the benefits of new approaches can help ease the transition and ensure that projects are accepted and supported by all involved. Disputes in circular economy projects can also arise when stakeholders have different priorities regarding environmental and economic outcomes. For instance, a multinational company may focus on achieving quick profitability through large-scale production, while local community members prioritize preserving ecosystems and promoting sustainable, low-impact practices. These competing goals can lead to disagreements about the scale, pace, and methods of project implementation. It is important to recognize and address these differences early by facilitating open discussions and seeking common ground. By involving all stakeholders in decision-making and considering both economic and environmental objectives, projects can develop balanced strategies that meet diverse needs. This approach not only helps resolve conflicts but also enhances the overall sustainability and acceptance of the project. Ultimately, aligning goals and finding mutually beneficial solutions is key to the long-term success of circular economy initiatives. Early identification and prevention of conflicts. A crucial step in preventing conflicts in circular economy projects is to engage all stakeholders from the very beginning. By mapping out the interests, goals, and concerns of each participant, project leaders can identify potential areas of alignment as well as sources of disagreement. Tools like stakeholder analysis and interest mapping help visualize these dynamics and make it easier to address issues before they escalate. Early engagement ensures that everyone's expectations are clear and that the project is designed to accommodate different perspectives. This proactive approach not only reduces the risk of misunderstandings but also builds trust and commitment among stakeholders. By regularly revisiting and updating the stakeholder map as the project evolves, teams can stay ahead of emerging challenges and maintain strong, collaborative relationships. Ultimately, thorough stakeholder mapping lays the foundation for effective conflict prevention and successful project outcomes in the circular economy. Risk assessment is a vital tool for identifying and managing potential sources of conflict in circular economy projects. By systematically evaluating factors such as technological uncertainties, regulatory barriers, and market volatility, project teams can anticipate challenges and develop strategies to address them. For example, in recycling initiatives, an early risk assessment might reveal potential disputes over intellectual property or quality standards, allowing stakeholders to negotiate solutions before problems arise. This proactive approach not only helps prevent conflicts but also supports smoother project implementation and stronger partnerships. Regular risk assessments should be integrated into project planning and revisited as conditions change. By involving all relevant stakeholders in the process, teams can ensure that diverse perspectives are considered and that risks are managed collaboratively. Ultimately, effective risk assessment contributes to more resilient projects and a greater capacity to navigate the complexities of the circular economy. Clear and consistent communication is essential for preventing misunderstandings and conflicts in circular economy projects. Establishing a communication plan at the outset helps define how information will be shared, who is responsible for updates, and how any issues or disputes should be escalated. This structure ensures that all stakeholders are kept informed and that there is a clear process for addressing concerns as they arise. Regular meetings, transparent reporting, and accessible channels for feedback contribute to a culture of openness and trust. By minimizing ambiguity and ensuring that everyone is on the same page, projects can avoid unnecessary delays and keep activities on track. Effective communication protocols also make it easier to adapt to changes and resolve conflicts quickly, supporting the long-term success of the project. Ultimately, investing in strong communication practices is a key factor in building resilient, collaborative partnerships in the circular economy. Dispute resolution techniques in circular economy projects. Mediation is a valuable technique for resolving disputes in circular economy projects, especially when stakeholders have deeply held or conflicting interests. In mediation, a neutral third party is brought in to facilitate discussions and help the parties involved understand each other's perspectives. The mediator does not impose a solution but instead guides the conversation toward finding common ground and mutually beneficial outcomes. For example, in a circular textiles project, mediation might help resolve tensions between a multinational company focused on production and a local community concerned about environmental impacts. By involving local leaders and environmental experts as mediators, the process ensures that all voices are heard and that solutions reflect the needs and values of the community. Mediation builds trust, encourages open dialogue, and often leads to more creative and sustainable agreements. It is especially effective when stakeholders are committed to working together but need support in navigating complex or sensitive issues. Collaborative problem solving is an approach that brings stakeholders together to jointly develop solutions that address everyone's needs and concerns. This method encourages creativity and innovation, which are particularly important in circular economy projects where new business models and technologies are often required. By working together, stakeholders can pool their knowledge and resources, leading to more effective and widely accepted outcomes. For instance, in a composting initiative, local governments, community leaders, and waste management companies might collaborate to redesign the system in a way that aligns with both sustainability goals and local regulations. This process not only resolves conflicts but also strengthens relationships and builds a sense of shared ownership over the project's success. Collaborative problem-solving fosters a culture of cooperation and adaptability, making it easier to navigate challenges and seize new opportunities as they arise. Arbitration is a formal dispute resolution method used when other approaches, such as mediation or collaboration, have not led to an agreement. In arbitration, a neutral third party or panel reviews the case, considers evidence from all sides, and makes a binding decision that the parties have agreed to accept. This process is particularly useful in complex projects where a clear resolution is needed to move forward. For example, in a waste-to-resource recycling project, disputes might arise between companies responsible for different stages of the process, such as sorting and processing materials. If negotiations fail, arbitration provides a structured way to resolve the issue, with experts assessing contracts, technical standards, and evidence before making a decision. The outcome may include corrective actions, financial compensation, or contract renegotiation to ensure the project stays on track. Arbitration offers a fair and efficient solution, helping projects overcome obstacles and maintain momentum toward their goals. Building trust and long-term collaboration among stakeholders. Transparency is a cornerstone of trust and effective collaboration in circular economy projects. By regularly sharing data, progress reports, and information about challenges or setbacks, stakeholders can ensure that everyone has access to the same information and can make informed decisions. For example, a project might provide monthly reports detailing the amount of plastic collected, environmental impacts, financial expenditures, and the effectiveness of recycling technologies. Open data platforms, such as public dashboards, allow all participants to track real-time progress and key metrics like waste diversion or carbon footprint reduction. This openness prevents misunderstandings, builds confidence among stakeholders, and supports a culture of honesty and accountability. When everyone is kept in the loop, it is easier to address issues quickly and maintain strong, collaborative relationships. Ultimately, transparency not only helps resolve disputes but also lays the groundwork for long-term success and trust in circular economy initiatives. Flexibility and adaptability are essential qualities for managing circular economy projects, which often face changing conditions and unexpected challenges. Being open to adjusting goals, methods, or timelines allows projects to respond effectively to new information or shifting circumstances. For example, if a project focused on food waste collection encounters lower than expected volumes due to seasonal changes, the team might adjust collection schedules or explore alternative waste streams. Similarly, if the chosen technology for processing waste proves inefficient, piloting new approaches or investing in research can help find better solutions. This willingness to adapt helps maintain project momentum and prevents conflicts from escalating. By fostering a culture of flexibility, stakeholders can work together to overcome obstacles and seize new opportunities, ensuring that the project remains relevant and effective over time. Adaptability is a key factor in building resilient partnerships and achieving long-term sustainability goals in the circular economy. Long-term contracts are common in circular economy projects, but it is important to include provisions that allow for flexibility as circumstances change. By building in mechanisms for renegotiation or adaptation, contracts can help prevent disputes and ensure that all parties remain committed to the project's success. For example, agreements might include clauses that allow for the adjustment of intellectual property rights if new technologies are developed, or provisions for changing prices, volumes, or deadlines in response to market fluctuations. This approach acknowledges that unforeseen challenges are likely to arise and provides a structured way to address them without jeopardizing the overall partnership. Flexible contracts support ongoing collaboration, making it easier to adapt to new opportunities or resolve issues as they emerge. By planning for change from the outset, projects can build stronger, more resilient relationships and increase their chances of achieving long-term sustainability and success. Effective dispute resolution is essential for the success and sustainability of circular economy projects. By understanding the root causes of conflict and applying proactive strategies for prevention and resolution, stakeholders can build trust and foster long-term collaboration. Identifying potential issues early, engaging all relevant parties, and maintaining open communication are key steps in preventing disputes from escalating. When conflicts do arise, techniques such as mediation, collaborative problem-solving, and arbitration provide structured ways to find fair and lasting solutions. Building trust through transparency, flexibility, and adaptable agreements ensures that projects can navigate challenges and continue to deliver value over time. Ultimately, a strong focus on dispute resolution not only addresses immediate problems but also strengthens the foundation for ongoing cooperation and innovation in the circular economy. By working together and embracing these principles, stakeholders can achieve more sustainable and impactful outcomes for their projects and communities. Thank you for your attention. Next, we continue with Module 4, Chapter 7.